From the road budget
remaining-
then.
Yes, from the road budget rather than attaching it
So
otherwise.
take 150,000 from the road budget.
So are we earmarking that, using that
Road
word?
budget, road budget.
Aside from the road budget.
Approving 150,000 for the repair of.
Is that 150,000 from the millage that we're gonna collect this winter?
There's still remaining funds, according to last month's meeting, there's still remaining funds. Didn't you say, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't you say there was about 80,000 left in there in the roads budget that we didn't spend yet? Or is
I
that before
haven't
the
got all
bills?
the bills in yet, but there's going to be money left. They always overbid what we approve of. And plus they had 10% contingency in there that I don't know if we've ever used since I've been here. But,
So there is some remaining already sitting there, and then we could supplement that.
I
as
would,
necessary.
So nobody else has said anything, share your piece. Where do you think we can come up with 150,000 from?
well, we have a road millage.
I know
next
that.
year, and we only have one road I think needs to be chip and sealed, it would be Cottage Grove next year. So, I would be more willing to approve having the road commission give us our options and they will bid it. It'll be subject to, obviously, the cost of materials in the spring, because they don't usually bid the roads until spring. Because that's when they line up all the material products to be delivered to them for the people they hire to do the chip and seal, blacktop, or whatever it is. But rather than earmark the money itself, because we approved roads, the 5 years I've been here, almost 6, in the spring, and what we're gonna do for the summer. So if we want the bids for November, I can see if Corey will do the bids now, this time of year.
I asked 3 months ago for a price on this. Let's see, and when I talked to you, it wasn't a priority. This must become a priority.
Well, that's because we usually don't give him what we're going to do till spring, and then he's got the prices it's going to cost, and then we get realistic prices that we're going to approve it or not.
So
When
what
I
if
first
the-
asked, this road could have already been done this year, and it isn't. This could have been done.
The chip and seal roads that we do is a 3-year project.
I understand that,
We
Mr. Davison.
We grind them, we put 4 inches of gravel on them, they sit a year, they get 2 layers of chip and seal, and the 3rd year they get an extra layer of chip and seal. So we had 4 roads that needed to be done this year, which I'm sure I can find it in minutes when we approved the road budget before I went to Florida.
No, we didn't. That was the problem. Because
No.
nobody knew. And then last month, we were going to approve 18,000 for Seidler Road, and there was one house. The village has more than one house. It needs to be a priority. And if we were going to approve money last month for Seidler, this month it's good enough to approve this money for the village of Litwitz Road. So that it isn't just a pipe dream, it's something.
You're grandstanding for.
No, I'm not. I'm asking.
You're grandstanding to them about Seidler Road. Seidler Road was a hole about the size of this room that needed, just like I did in front of your house.
No, you were going to actually chip and seal a section, 1 mile stretch of Seidler Road for 19,000 miles,
No,
or $19,000, what was said in the meeting last month.
no.
I just drove down that road several times recently. It's one little area on a not very frequently traveled road. I mean, typically, the only car going down that road, it would be a cosmic miracle, right, to routinely run into another car. It is not a frequently traveled road, and it's just on the side of the road. The rest of the road is fine. It really is not in that bad a shape, and that rose to the top as a priority to have it put on the agenda when it had never been talked about before. It was never on the plan that came through, not before we did budget, but after you returned from Florida. All of a sudden that came up to the top. There has been consistent requests to look at doing the roads in the village. There has been consistent requests from board members, there's been consistent requests from citizens asking for something to be done on those roads, and every time it gets put off. So what is the option here? I think it was a great suggestion about the road commission pulverizing what is there to prep it for the spring, which would still be better than the piecemeal roads that they have right now that are very hard to drive on, and they're not a lot of fun to walk on. Frankly, they're in such horrible condition.
So now we are engineers to know exactly what it's gonna take to fix the roads.
I asked about the
Actually-
possibility.
Be careful.
I made a motion. So I would like that motion,
Okay, let me repeat the motion because
lots of discussion.
I've got a motion made by Campbell, seconded by DeShano to earmark $150,000 from the road budget to fix the streets in the village of Linwood. Is that,
As soon as possible that these be addressed. Not in 2025, but prep them in 2024 fall if they can do this.
sure you want a
Yes, please.
cruise?
Yes. And this is from the road millage we're gonna collect plus whatever
Oh, that
we have
Remaining,
left
the
from.
remaining is.
What's remaining?
What was it, 145,000?
150.
150. Because when I spoke to the road commission, he said to me, quote, it would be between $100,000 to $150,000, depending on just how bad the roads in the village were, to do a chip and seal. And he was going to have another individual look into asphalt. Never heard back. That's been more than 3 months ago.
Okay, Davison,
No.
Campbell,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Class,
Yes.
Mabel.
Maple Street. There's
Maple-
not enough gravel laying on, what's the name of the road?
Mabel.
What'd I call it?
Mabel. Good old Mabel. Mabel is a grass patch.
There's
that-
not enough gravel there to grade what's there.
Well, you would grade off this top grass that's between First and Second, and then you would tail spread some gravel over there and let it set through this winter. You can't put gravel in if you don't get rid of the grass that's on top right now. And so you grade up, and if the road commission can't handle it, then call Segoviac. He's got a grader, he just did our cemetery and did a spectacular job. But that needs to be accomplished. And if someone wants to know roughly how long that is, it's about 580 feet long, just like all the rest of the sections in our community as the roads run east and west. They're just under 600 foot, and the roads that go north and south are just under 300 foot.
He's talking about in Linwood.
In the village. That's what we're talking about, the village.
You say village, I think Huckall.
Believe it or not, Coquitlam is not in Coquitlam Township.
Really?
That's in Monitor.
Okay,
But the back corner of the church and the funeral home are in our township.
okay.
So are you making that into a motion?
Yes,
Oh,
I
sorry,
just said it.
you never said. Make a motion. Okay. I don't even know what the motion is, to be honest. You never said.
The motion is, yeah, I did. The motion was to get Maple Street graded in gravel.
Between First and Second.
Between First and Second.
Between First and Second Street.
This is your fault. I'm blaming you.
Is that in the 150,000?
No, this is different.
No, this is, because then when we get to next summer, when we can actually put the chip and seal down or upgrade to asphalt, we have something to put it on. Because right now, you can't even put it there because it's grass.
Do we know the cost to do this?
Well, I can tell you, we paid 585 feet in the cemetery, it was 27,000 for asphalt. They put that gravel bed in, so cut that,
This motion is just.
this is
grind
just
and
to
grind.
grinding gravel. So I would think that you're gonna probably be 15,000 at least.
I should know the price before we actually.
You know, we should know a price, but we don't have one, and I asked for one, and it's been tabled and tabled and tabled. So this street has not been fixed. And if we don't do it now, it won't be fixed till next year, and it needs to be fixed now so it can settle, so we can finish it next year.
Okay, but my point is, we're gonna
Not to exceed,
vote on a motion that we don't have a price on.
we're gonna put down that we're not going to exceed $15,000 to fix that road.
The first phase.
Just to grade it and gravel.
Call it the first phase. It's 15,000 to fix driveways.
Well,
Is there a second?
I'll second, I'm
thinking it's
not
more
con-
money,
Yeah, I'm not confident about that cap.
so I'll put a $20,000 cap on that
I will
road.
second with a 20,000 cap, just to be safe so we can move forward.
$20,000 cap on Maple Street to grade and gravel.
And where are we taking that money from?
Come out of the general fund.
If we've already
We haven't talked about the ARPA funds yet. We'll get to that in new business.
Ready?
Yep.
Davidson,
Nope.
Campbell,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Glass,
I think we need bids for some, no.
Cruz.
I'd like to see bids too. Like to get an idea. Oh, no.
Okay. The camera system. I've already voiced my opinion.
Well, let's- So that motion died. So the next motion is, I will get a hold of some paving companies, because Mr. Davison didn't say that he would talk to the road commission, and I will ask them what they will charge us to grade and gravel that road.
That's a motion.
That's the follow-up, since that motion's dead, and at which point I will call for a special meeting. Would anybody on this board like to back the special meeting in reference to Maple Street? So I just heard that Lori said she would back a special meeting regarding Maple Street, so I guess that should be a roll call.
Will I be able to attend?
Yes, it'll be
Okay.
a special meeting.
Yep.
So the motion is for
Getting bids.
getting bids.
And since he's not gonna talk to the road commission, they will not correspond.
That's just a statement. He's making a statement that he'll get the bids. That
Yeah.
ain't a motion.
But he made
But
a
he
motion
wants me
have a
to
special
do a roll call.
Because we're going to have a special meeting.
with
He
the
wants-
results.
he's the-
Oh,
The only
he's
way
gonna
you can
get-
have a
okay,
special
you're gonna get some
meeting.
bids, so that's not part of the motion. The motion is to have a special meeting. Okay,
Regarding
I'm
Maple
sorry.
Street. Gotta get the bids. I've been talking to Scobiac and I haven't heard back from Ricky lately.
So you want to do this without a date? You're gonna set it?
Here's the problem. We walk out of this room and it
I'm-
takes,
I'm
no,
not-
no,
I'm
I'm
not
just
arguing
saying.
it, I'm just
We walk
asking.
out of this room and it takes 3 people to have a special meeting and Sam says no, and it don't happen. We need to have it so that it's already, the people know we're gonna have the meeting in reference to fixing Maple Street.
Okay. Motion to have a special meeting about Maple Street after getting the bids. Okay, that's 13, 12, 3, 2. Okay, Campbell,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Class,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes.
Davidson.
Sure, why not? All right, So now we got the camera system. I've already voiced my opinion on it, that it can't be changed in the next 3 weeks. I think that can be tabled until after the election.
Oh, solution tomorrow, tell them to install it. We already know what the cost of that is, that's the easiest piece of the puzzle.
So I make a motion to table the cameras till after the election on the 5th of November.
Now, some discussion, because you can have it, once you, why would we table the cameras at this point?
Do I hear a second? They don't have a second, but it's done.
So I'd make a motion that we call solution tomorrow morning, and we get the cameras switched, and once the cameras are switched, then we call veteran and have them take the other system back. And if we own the system and we gotta keep it, we keep it. Anything on that hard drive gets downloaded to a flash drive, and it goes into the safe.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
That's the right thing.
So the motion is to keep what we have.
The motion is we're calling solution, we're having them install the same system we have on the other two facilities, and it will be a continuous feed.
What kind of cameras?
This system will stay until the new system's installed, and then they will download everything off of this system onto the flash drive, and then the flash drive goes in the safe.
Did they already replace
And what
the
they-
one that we had that was malfunctioning? Did they already replace that?
Yes.
Okay, so we still have the old one and the new one in the building.
Yes.
Okay,
Keeping
so,
the old one for 30 days.
okay, so then the motion, so the motion is then saying that everything that is on the original piece of equipment needs to be downloaded. Everything on the replacement piece of equipment needs to be downloaded, both
Okay.
after the new system is put in that will continuously record the absentee ballot drop-offs,
Yes.
just to clarify. And
And Lori seconded it.
There is no guarantee that they can do it right away, but
we need to
We
make.
call them up, we tell them
this
this is something that needs to get done.
Yep, we're already their customers, so that should make a difference too.
DeShano,
Yes.
Glass,
Yes.
Cruz,
yes.
Davison,
Sure.
Campbell.
Yes.
Okay, new business. The first thing on the new business is every year we have the weeds in the river, we'll call them river sprayed, and the people on the river pay for that. So this is to approve the assessment for the people on the river to pay for the spraying of the weeds in
Yes.
the river.
I'll make a motion.
So he's making a motion to
Apply these special assessments to these parcel numbers
for the river.
totaling $2,015.
For the people in Tuckahoe River to pay for the.
Is this a renewal of the assessment? Is this a renewal of the assessment, or this is a new
It's a new bill. Every year they give us a bill and we.
Divide
It
the
amounts to this
parcels.
amount.
Right.
So the assessment is $65.
Yeah, per homeowner, and then
I'll
we
second
will.
it.
It's an ongoing thing.
Class,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes.
Davison,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
DeShano.
Yes.
Streetlight assessment?
So I'll make a motion. This is the streetlight assessment, which is the same thing, the streetlights in the area. The people around them get billed a special assessment to pay for these streetlights in certain spots. So I make a motion that we apply this special streetlight assessment.
I'll second it.
Cruz,
Yes.
Davison,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Plath.
Yes.
Okay, the fire department would like to have the missus draw blood on her husband by pinning a badge on his forehead, I guess, I don't know.
Make sure you put it on his shirt, Heidi. Chris recently got promoted to captain from lieutenant. Chris has been here since 2002, so he's probably one of 3 oldest left. So the 2 of us, when we started, said we'd never be one of the old guys, and here we are, 2 of the old guys.
Nailed it.
So
To all of us.
Chris has been a huge help since we transitioned over, for me taking over. He's helped me a lot, so. Good luck. Shirt of white. Shirt of white. Don't bloody up your shirt.
Yeah.
This is a trainer. You let her practice a couple times, right?
I did not know this was.
I'd like to make a note on the record that the township is glad that he stayed and works with us on this. It's actually the fire department that is, and there's a lot of fire departments around that does not have the manpower that we have. A lot.
We're fortunate with the people we have
Yes.
that have been with us for as long as they have, and, you know, the new people, we have 6, and I hope all 6 of them stick around, and we're all doing our best to make sure that they're part of it. So there's a bunch of things I'm gonna change as far as us getting together as groups and families, because we spend a lot of time away from our families, so we're working on it. Absolutely.
Very nice. We have a strong fire department.
You gotta get better stories in the
On our next 2 items, D and E, I'd make a motion that this be held until after the election.
One of them expired, I mean, one of them is in October, this one, the other one. I mean, if we don't reappoint them, then they can't sit on the planning commission.
Well, one thing I'm concerned about with Mr. Root is, didn't he expire in August?
No.
He was appointed in August of 2021.
So he's been expired, it's not gonna make a difference. And I received a note from Mr. Davison that said, you know what? Some of the stuff that I was saying should have been dealt with can wait until after the election, until we see what the new board is. And I believe that would be something that could be, we haven't had a meeting for the planning commission. And it surely, I mean, we should have been having meetings talking about short-term rentals. It hasn't happened.
Are you on the planning commission?
I sure am.
Well,
Thank you.
You should have mentioned it to
You know,
them then. Do you
That
wanna
was
be
a
on
hot
this?
and heavy issue, and they've decided that we wouldn't have it. And I was told the last one was canceled the day of. So I believe that those should be held
I
until,
don't think they should wait.
well,
I agree.
I made a motion. Is there a second on the floor?
I'll second.
Sorry, I missed it.
He's making a motion to table until the new board comes on.
Okay, you want D and E, or are we doing these separately?
D and E.
Davison,
No.
Campbell,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Plath,
No.
Cruz.
No.
All right, so that went down. I make a motion to reappoint Mr. Rokas. We'll do these one at a time.
Okay.
To
Rokas,
the planning commission for another term. Do I hear a second?
How long are the terms?
3.
Why would they not be a 1 year, since you were telling me,
I think they're
Simply.
3-year terms.
simply put, there's no reason you cannot appoint them for a 1 year term, and then the new board can deal with whatever they need to.
The new
Yes.
board can deal with it anyhow. So it's,
Well, they probably will.
The reason why both of them are at the same time is because Mr. Rokas, I think, finished out Rick Fletcher's term.